We have a former Miss Baltimore.
Alright.
We tell you first of all, she's cute as a button. When I first met her, we were doing a photo shoot for a magazine. And she was just bipping, bopping around. She came in, she was fresh faced. I promise you, she looked like she was 12. She went to the back, she got her hair done, she put the face on, and I'm like, who is this beauty queen coming through here? Little did I know she really was beauty queen. She really was Miss Baltimore. I had no idea. So, Victory Ram is an entrepreneur who's on an international mission. International, to empower others to rock their own world. And after 13 years plus of being a pageant competitor, an actor, actress, a model, a national pageant winner, she has decided to go ahead and coach on an entirely different level as the founder of the International Empowerment Academy and Victory Ram Empowerment Coaching. It is a great honor to have her with us today. So I introduce you to no other than Miss Victory Ram.
My mom was here, she'd be very happy. I was going to tell people that I competed and I was Miss Baltimore, and so like the first thing my mom wants to say is I was Miss Baltimore involved in this American organization. I did it for 14 years. I'm now involved as a business director for the Miss Baltimore pageant, so hello everyone. Hello. My name is Victory, and it's really funny, even that bio, when I gave that to you, just a couple months ago, even that's now outdated, I feel like. So I've evolved now. I am the owner of First Impression Solutions. I've evolved the name. First Impression Solutions. I help you make the ultimate first impression through helping you develop your social media content, your communication techniques, and your overall personal image. So what does that mean? It means that I love creating strong personal brands. Because whether we realize it or not, everyone in here already has a personal brand. You are the CEO, like Ayana said, of Brand You. And it's so important that we think about everything we do, everything we say, because it makes an impression on people. It creates our personal brand. And today, more than ever, it's so important for us to create this brand that creates influence, that affects other people. Think about it. How many times during the average week are you meeting someone that you have to influence, that you need to stand out with? So maybe you're meeting a potential employer. Maybe some future customers, maybe a potential partner or prospective sponsor for one of your events. Everything we do creates this aura of influence. So it's so important that we start to package ourselves. It's time to package ourselves to sell ourselves. How often during the week do you say, hey, yeah, I know someone who sells Avon. Oh, wait, yeah, you should totally drink Pepsi, not Coke, right? There's so many things that you spend so much time promoting other products and other people. It's time that you package yourself to sell yourself. It's time that you package yourself to tell your story without even having to open your mouth. And the funny thing is, people want to do business with other people. People don't want to do business with businesses. They want to take the time to get to know people, to feel like they connect. People love to feel like they belong to something. So it's so important that we take the time to package ourselves, to sell ourselves. Everyone still with me? Yes. All right. So picture this. You come into a networking event, for example, and you see this lady from across the room. You're like, hey, I want to go talk to her. She looks awesome. That's the first thing I'm concerned about, the look. Do you look the look? Do you have a signature image that says, hey, come talk to me? Hey, you're going to want to, I'm the important person in the room. I am the authority. I'm the go-to person. So first I'm concerned about, do you look the look? Next, do you talk the talk? So you go up to the lady and you're like, all right, I want to get to know her. She opens her mouth and you're like, whoa, this lady knows her stuff. All right, she not only knows her stuff, she's got this confidence about her. I like her volume. I like her pace. I like the way that she's speaking. She can talk the talk. So not only does she look the look, now she talks the talk. So all right, you're going to follow up with her. You get her business card, You go home and you do your research. And little do you know, Chick's got a website, she's got her blog, she's got her videos, her press release, she's got everything going on. You're like, this lady can work the work. We're the work your package event, right? She can work the work. She can walk the walk. So when you're thinking about personal branding and personal image, I want you to think about those three things. Do you look the look? Do you talk the talk? And do you walk the walk? All right, now the number one misconception about branding, now this is in your worksheet there, so take that note. The number one misconception about branding is that it's just about fonts and logos and themes and color schemes, and while that's great, that's such a minor part of what a brand really is. A brand is an emotion, it's a feeling, it's a connection. How this person made me feel. When you leave the room, what's your reputation, your legacy? What emotion did you give that person, those people? Take, for example, Disney. When you hear of Disney, you think magical moments, the happiest place on earth. Mr. Disney is not in the room right now. He did not pay me to say that, I promise. Okay, but that's how you feel about that company. That's how you feel about that brand. Harry Potter, one of my favorite brands of all time. You think of magical moments, you think of mystery, you think of adventure, right? J.K. Rowling is not in the room. She's not paying me to say that. But it's how that brand made me feel. So take a moment and think about it. How does your brand make other people feel? And the funny thing is, some people are saying, I don't have a brand yet, Victory. I'm not there yet. No, you were definitely there. Take, for example, you were in this room this morning, and you were talking to some women. When you left that table, when you left that area, did they say, now that chick, she knows what she's talking about? Or did they say, she has no idea what she's talking about? When you were leaving the table, did they say, no, I'm going to call her. I'm going to recommend some clients to her. Or I will never send a single person her way. Okay, that's the idea. Every time you leave a group, you leave a person, you're leaving behind a legacy, an impression, a reputation. That's how I want you to start thinking about branding. Like I said, it's time to package yourself, to sell yourself. What are you selling? All right, so you're saying, all right, Victor, that's great. Now, how do we package ourselves to sell ourselves? I'm going to give you 5 ways to create the ultimate personal brand. That you can leave here today and say, all right, I can go out and do this right now. 5 ways to create the ultimate personal brand. Number 1, I need you to dig deep. That's number 1. Dig deep. And I don't mean go dig in the yard. I mean dig inside yourself and figure out what is most important to you. When I was competing in the pageant world, I was in high school. And I was bullied severely. And I said to myself, this is the one time in a year I can come together with a bunch of girls and not feel like I'm being judged, not feel like people are looking at me funny. It was really important for me to be involved in that. And I said, if I ever do my own thing, I want to create an anti-bullying environment. So now my girls, they come together and say, hey, Miss Victory, when are we going to get together next? I want to be with these girls. I want to be a part of this group, this sisterhood. We've created this unit. That was important to me. That's something I valued. I also valued empowering. I always wanted to help others, help uplift people. So now when people see a Be Victorious pageant prep girl, they don't just see a great pageant girl or a pageant winner. They see a group of really uplifting and tight-knit sisters. And that's important to me. So take a second and jot down your top 5 values. Not even about your business, about you. What are 5 things that you truly value? All right, so Natasha, I'm going to pick on you because I know your name. So tell me, give me one of your values.
Winning.
Winning. Very nice. And why? How does that guide you or guide your business? Or what you do?
It makes me, well, first off, I know that winning requires other people, right? But it also guides me in making sure that I'm in mutually beneficial relationships. So making sure that I create things that help everyone win, not just me, but whoever's on my team, whoever I'm working with, whoever I'm partnering with. So that's kind of like the end goal, is to make sure that we all win, whatever that means.
I love it. All right, somebody else. What's a value that you've written down?
Resiliency.
Resiliency. Okay, and how did that define you, or how does that shape everything you do?
Well, the ones that I wrote down that her value made me think about that one for me. And so that's no matter what, coming back, keep trying, don't give up.
I love that resilient attitude. Okay, you were gonna say something?
I wrote down the golden rule. Someone was nice enough to help you to succeed. Now it's time for you to help the next one succeed.
Awesome. I love that. The golden rule. Yes, ma'am.
Integrity.
Integrity.
Mhm.
Okay.
You run, if you're in business, whether it's for yourself or for someone else, being able to not only be yourself, but be yourself in a way that reflects everything around you in a positive way and not be negative, have integrity, so that when people come to you, if they tell you things that are confidential, you're gonna hold those things. If they give you things that they want you to share, you're gonna share those things in a positive way. You're always gonna stay above board.
I love that. These are some great values.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am.
And just, she said integrity, but I wrote down foundational integrity.
Okay.
And like the way something begins, how, what you put into it, whether that be a friendship, whether that be, a group that you're a part of. It's important to me how something starts and what you put into it, because everything springs from that.
And what do you do?
What do I do
Yes.
in my career?
Uh-huh.
I'm a singer and I'm also a marketing professional.
Okay, so everything fits together with the marketing, right? I love it. Okay, so number 2, add this to your list. Number 2, this is on the worksheet. I need you to figure out how you differ. How you differ from other people. So for me, in this field, everyone is a pageant coach. Oh my goodness. Everyone does a pageant and they win something and they think they're a pageant coach. And I'm gonna post this on the internet so it's gonna come back to bite me. But everyone thinks they're a pageant coach. But think about it in your industry. Everyone is doing speaking or everyone's doing coaching. But how do you differ? So say for example, my mom loves coffee. She will drink coffee in 102-degree weather. We don't know how to do that, but she loves coffee. It can be 7-Eleven, it can be McDonald's, but if there's a Starbucks around, you can bet my mom is walking to that Starbucks. So what makes you the Starbucks? What makes you different? What do people come to you for? So you're going to see on that chart, on the sheet there, you're going to see same and different. I want you to jot down some things that maybe people come to you, they come to other people for, but what makes you the Starbucks? What makes you different? Jot that down. All right, Miss Yolanda, I'm coming to you first. So what's something is the same that you offer to other people, but what makes you the Starbucks?
I broke down realistic, like I can be very realistic about a lot of situations.
Okay.
I'm a therapist, so like kind of not always putting myself or what I've experienced out there to clients, just listening and then just kind of giving them like, this is the reality of the situation.
Okay. So you're a realistic therapist, is that what we're saying? Is that the word you're using?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are the Starbucks because she's a little more realistic than other people. Okay, anybody else? Yes, ma'am?
Transparency,
Transparency, okay. And what makes you the Starbucks in that?
because one, in dealing with people, I think that if you can identify where a person is at and meet them where they're at,
Mhm.
and then they see that you're transparent, that they're able to relate to that,
Okay.
and the barrier comes down, and then the real interaction happens.
There we go. Okay. So she's a little more transparent, that makes her a little more Starbucksy. Anyone in the back? Over here, right here, purple shirt. Yes.
Objectivity.
Okay.
People tend to come to me for feedback,
Okay.
and because they know that I'll give them some honest input, and I have an ability to keep feelings out of it, and to try to, just to be objective.
Being objective. I like that. Very nice. Okay, one more. What makes you the Starbucks? Right here, yes.
I put down, thank you. I put down guided discovery because in my field, most athletes are waiting for the coach or head of household to tell them how to be successful, in my case, in a game. And for me, when I go out there on timeouts, I simply ask questions to each of the athletes. Is it true? Is there more than one way to go inside the room? Is there only one door open, or are there two doors open? So instead of being the puppeteer and having a puppeteer-puppet relationship, I make them become their own being. I don't instruct them exactly what they should do, because I always say to them, you're in the situation, I'm not. I'm just a witness to the situation.
Very nice. All right, so these are the things that make you stand out, your personal brand. So when you're thinking about packaging yourself to sell yourself, you need to think about, what do people come to me for, or what makes me the Starbucks? Like, what really makes me different? How am I going to sell this in a field, a very crowded field? There are a lot of people doing what you do, but what makes you different? What makes you the Starbucks? All right, number 3. So we did dig deep, we did what makes you the Starbucks, how you differ. Next, I need you to figure out your target audience. Now, every business coach is going to tell you, you need to figure out your target audience, but I want you to think a little deeper here, because you may have different audiences. So say, for example, as the business director for Miss Baltimore, I don't just go to the girls and talk about the pageant. I may go to the moms or to the guidance counselor. And like Ayana was saying, how you have different elevator speeches for everyone, you may have something different. You have to tailor your vocabulary, your approach to different people. So take a second and figure out, if you had the opportunity to make a more focused and more effective speech to people, what would you say and who would you talk to? If you got really down to it, if you were really focused, who would become your target audience? And you can have multiple. Now, your target audience can include potential employers. It can contain future customers, maybe your coworkers if you're trying to change your organizational culture. Think about who can be your target audience. Does anyone want to contribute? Tell me who your target audience is and how you're getting that message out. So where are they and what are you telling them?
I always tell my target audience would be government officials, educators. Thank you. My target audience would be government officials, educators, college students. Whenever I encounter a college student, I tell them they need to register to vote.
Okay, very nice. Now, if we change the audience, so if you weren't talking to them specifically, is the message register to vote?
Yeah, something political.
Okay, and do you change your message if you're speaking to a student versus an official?
Yes.
Okay, so how would you give me an example?
So if I'm speaking to a government official, depending upon their title, I assume that they're registered to vote.
Okay,
And now I'm talking about how we can change the world, change the community, improve, how we can grow. What can I do, or can I help? What project are you working on? I have this project. Yes, it totally changes.
okay. So don't be afraid to change the conversation a little bit. Okay, anyone at this center table back here? Could you? All right.
I teach, so with my students, like sometimes we're reading something that's dry, I would tell them to put themselves in the book as a character, because I'm a very visual learner.
Okay.
So I taught algebra and forms of relationships. I meet them where they're at. I taught the number line to Beyonce's Irreplaceable. I put my name on a closet, Mrs. Rouse at the time, I drove away and stuff like that. But in the class, both of the nuns were saying irreplaceable. So you meet them, your audience where they're at. So for administrators, I would invite them to come into the classroom to come to the students' outlook of as teachers. I would invite them to further their education as students. I would say, well, you know what how can we teach you? How can we service you kind of thing? Because at the end of the day, the teachers become the students and the students definitely become the teachers.
I like it. I like that. That's a good example of, again, you can have multiple audiences, just be aware that you need to be able to change your message, but the brand is still the same. Okay? Next, number 4. I need you to communicate your brand. This is my favorite part. I need you to be more intentional when you are communicating your brand. So just like we talked about earlier, you need to look the look, talk the talk, and walk the walk. So we're going to break these down. And this is important because you are always on display. Your brand is always on display. You don't have to necessarily open your mouth to have your brand be given out to people. Okay, so when I walked in this morning, I appreciate the compliment. I love wearing rompers. Like, I love this romper. Okay, this has become my thing. I have a really cute red one I did my last event in. I have a cute purple one. Okay, but this has become my thing. I also have a really cute wrap dress. Older story. But the idea is that I like to go out looking really cute, and I have like my pageant heels on because I'm itsy bitsy, so it's just like 5 inches tall. Okay, but the idea is that if you were creating and crafting a personal brand, what are you communicating? You are always on display. I didn't even open my mouth, and people were like, "Oh, that's a cute outfit." We're like, "Oh, you're talking about branding." Yes, but I feel really good about it. Okay, so let's talk about look first. So figure out the message you want to convey, because you are always on display. So what are you going for? So jot down, what is your image? What's your signature brand image? So maybe it's cheerful, maybe it's conservative, maybe it's bold, maybe it's sophisticated. What is your brand image? So jot that down, and then I want you to look at the word or words you wrote down, and then look at what you're wearing right now. The secret test. Do you think that what you're wearing right now is reflective of what's on that paper? If not, it's okay, we're not judging. But I'm gonna play a little game. Do I have any volunteers? We're gonna play Look the Look. Come on up. All right, round of applause for our volunteer. All right, so try to face our audience. I'm not gonna ask your name yet, I'm not being rude, but I'm not gonna ask yet. So everyone's gonna take a peek at her. And we are going to call out, politely, don't bite her head off. We're going to call out what we think she represents. Not what she wrote down, but what, given her image right now, and her look, what do you think she represents? What's her signature image?
Proud.
Proud,
Grace.
approachable, confident,
Bold.
what is it?
Bold.
Bold, okay,
Gracious.
Very pleasant.
very pleasant,
Yeah, approachable.
approachable, approachable. Okay, and what's your name?
Pixie Rowe.
All right, Miss Pixie, so tell me, what words did you write down?
I am approachable. Most people say I'm very approachable. And they say I'm very confident.
Very nice. Good job, ladies. Let's do another one. This is the fun part. All right, right here in the back, with Blue. Round of applause as she makes her way up here. She has her name tag on, so just believe it. Okay, so just looking at her, what words describe her image? Supermodel? Stylish? Stylish? Elegant?
Sorority affiliated, like I see the royal blue and I see Zeta.
Interesting. Sorority affiliated. Okay, so what did you write down?
I wrote down authentic, I wrote down classy and kick-ass.
All right. Okay, good at this. Okay, so that's the idea. You need to make sure that you look the look. No matter if you are going to a gala, if you're going to a meeting, if you're going to a PTA meeting, your signature look creates an impression. And everything you do, you need to package yourself to sell yourself. So make sure when you're, I'm not saying go home and throw away all your clothes. Your husband's gonna be very angry with me. My husband would be very mad too. But you need, when you're going out and you're gonna go shopping from now on, make sure you're kind of buying in that signature image. Make sure you're buying into it. Like, yeah, you know, I need to feel more bold. I'm gonna get that bold color sweater. I need to be a little more conservative. I'm not gonna wear that top. Okay? So make sure when you are going out there and you're buying, make sure you're buying to look the look. Next, the talk. You need to talk the talk. This is all about voicing your brand, your unique voice. So there's 5 parts to this. Number 1, I want you to consider your pitch. Is your voice too high? Is it too low? Now when I'm talking to my little girls, my voice might go up and I might be a little more cute with them. But if I did that in a boardroom, people would think I'm ridiculous, right? So think about it. Given the words you wrote down earlier, does your pitch, does your voice tone match your brand? Next, your pace. This is something I work on every single day. You would think I could just spit words out. I get so excited I can start foaming at the mouth. But your pace. Sometimes you need to slow down. People need to understand your message. So think about it. Are you speaking at a pace that people can get your message? Next, your enunciation. This is number 3. Do you understand the words that are coming out of someone's mouth? And if you don't, they need to work on their enunciation, okay? So it's important when you are giving your message, because it's so important, that you take the time to speak clearly. Next, volume. Now we as ladies, I feel like sometimes we're on either a total opposite ends of the spectrum. We're either really quiet or we're really loud. We need to find the right balance for our brands. Because if you're in a room and you're too quiet, people may think that you are too weak. And if you are in a room and you're too loud, they're going to think you're obnoxious. And we don't want that. Okay, I doubt your ground on your list you said obnoxious is my brand, right? So when you are thinking about your volume, make sure that your volume matches your brand. And not just you ladies, people who are answering the phone at your businesses, your voicemail. It's so important that everyone in your business reflects your brand. People want to do business with people. How many times do you go to Chick-fil-A and you're like, yay, I have a great day now? Because they're so nice to you. Everyone has this idea of the voice and the pitch and the volume. If you're having a bad day, go to Chick-fil-A. Trust me, you're like, they love me. So make sure that's their brand, that's their identity, that's their voice, that's their unique voice of their brand. The 5th part is this kind of voicey, kind of not, is your body language. And this is really important because when you're networking with someone, I don't want you to just consider, okay, I can hear them, they're speaking clearly. What's their body telling you? Ayana was talking about this earlier. Are they yawning? Are they checking their watch? Are they slouching in their chair? Do they look like they don't care? Okay? You need to make sure that, again, not just you, but also the people that you work with, people that are representing you and your brand, have this all together. It's all a package. Package yourself to sell yourself. Everyone with me? Yes? Okay. Last, we want to make sure that we are ready to work the work or walk the walk. Now, this is probably my favorite part because I want to make sure that you look like an authority in everything you do. And you need to look like the go-to person in everything you do. So when people Google you, if you never Googled yourself, please do. When people Google you, are they finding some nasty pictures, some funky stuff? Or are they finding some articles that you've written, maybe some press releases, your Facebook business profile, your Google Plus profile? What are they finding out about you? And when was the last time you updated your social media or your website? And the last time you updated it is when you created it, we have a problem. Okay? So this is something I love doing for my clients. We go through, we create a whole calendar for the month, and we say, all right, these are key messages, we're going to do these on this certain day, we're going to create an ad, we're going to run this together, we're going to create a lead page, it's going to be fabulous, we're going to have a great social media month. Because if you go home, the last time that someone updated their website was 6 years ago, you're going to say, probably not so relevant anymore. They're probably not the go-to person. So it's so important that everything you do, you have to work the work. You got to put the work in. When you put the work in, people are going to say, hey, she was just quoted in the Huffington Post, or she was just featured on CNN. This chick knows what she's talking about. So work the work. It's all one great big package. All right, last, number 5, expansion. Now this is the key because so many of us keep these great ideas in our heads. And they don't just sit there and grow, but they sit there and they rot. Those great ideas have to come out. You have a responsibility here on earth to get those ideas out, to share your story, and to influence people. It is your responsibility here on this earth to stop letting your ideas rot and to get it out there. Now, how do we get it out there? Number 1, you have got to network. You've got to get out and meet people. But don't just network, number 2. Create brand ambassadors. Like, I will forever be an Ayana Castro brand ambassador. I met her years ago, and I heard her say in the room, girl, you better work your package. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. And I told my little girls that message. She came, she spoke to my little girls, and I will forever be an Ayana cheerleader. So figure out who are the cheerleaders in your group. Maybe you have these ideas in your head, and you told your bestie, and you told this one and that one. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Let me know. That's a brand ambassador. Grab her and run with her. And make things happen for you. So again, don't just network, but seek to create real brand ambassadors, people who are going to help promote you and help you grow. And last, create some sort of group where these brand ambassadors can meet. So maybe it's an online Facebook group, maybe it's at meetup.com, whatever it is. Create a group because people love to feel like they belong to something. That they belong to a group, that they're a VIP, that they're special. Ayana said you're a board of directors. Make them feel like they're a part of something. Because when they think they're a part of something, they're going to contribute.
Right.
All right, so speaking of, right now, does everyone have their cell phone? I cordially invite you to join my Facebook group. It's #RockYourOwnWorld. Okay, so I want you to check it out and join us if you want. We have some great discussions going on. And you're not obligated, I thought you could take a peek at it. #RockYourOwnWorld. Because it's my personal mission to travel and empower women to rock their own world. I spent too many years in the pageant world hearing, you're too short, you're never gonna win. You're too brown, you're never gonna win. You're too this, you're too that. I said enough with that. I need to start defining success in my own terms. I need to define what a winner is in my own terms. You know, it took me 13 years to win my national title. That's a big deal in the pageant world. Like a national title is a big deal. It took me 13 years to do it. And when I finally said enough to all these other definitions, and I started defining myself, it's when I learned to #RockMyOwnWorld that I said, hey, I am worth it and I'm gonna win. So ladies, when you are ready to rock your own world, when you're ready to look the look, talk the talk, and walk the walk, please come see me. My name is Victory. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay? You look the look, you talk the talk, you walk the walk. I got all that together.